Ollie Watkins, the supposed boyhood Arsenal fan, has again burst their title hopes. Ollie Watkins loves scoring against the Arsenal, and Ollie Watkins has once again let Villa fans know, take note, because right now, 2 goals in 2 games in open play is exactly the form that Ollie Watkins needed with the return of John Duran. And Villa have come back twice today from being down to get something out of this at the Emirates. This is a massive game, a massive performance, and this is my match reaction to Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2. Big up to everyone watching. Make sure you smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and get in the comments because I'm absolutely buzzing with this today. No doubt about it, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing in the manner in which we come from behind. I'm buzzing in the way in which Ollie Watkins has scored again in open play. And I absolutely love the mentality this Aston Villa side has shown. Something this Arsenal team has seemed to have lost because, quite simply, Arsenal have lost way too many games in the last couple of weeks or dropped points in too many games and have basically gifted Liverpool the title race. As simple as that. They've bent over in mid-January and said, it's all yours, Liverpool. Arsenal, absolutely spineless to their thought. Villa, however, yes, we came from behind, but there's still a part of me who thought, do you know what? We could have won today. We should have won today. And just maybe, if we went for a slightly more dynamic attack inside, we could have really punished Arsenal. But I'm not going to criticise Unai Emery because, once again, his substitutes seem to be coming on point. He swapped Luca Dean for Ian Maatsen at halftime, whether that was because Ian Maatsen was on a yellow card or not. And Luca Dean delivers what Luca Dean does, a beautiful assist from deep, giving that header for Youri Tielemans. And can we talk about Youri Tielemans in a second? Because that goal sums this guy up right now. The tenacity, the sort of absolute willingness to want to get to the ball first before the defender Moreno and put his head in an uncomfortable and awkward position is something I love to see from a player who wears the badge. Putting his body, putting his head on the line. And there's a great goal. But not just that, Youri Tielemans is, for me, the consistent man in this Villa squad. Every week he is ticking, he is creating, he is playing, he is the man. And what he is also now saying to Unai is, hey, if you want me up against Ollie Watkins, I can do something a little bit different up there. But I also love playing in that double pivot with Kamara, and I'll do a job in there as well. Youri Tielemans is now showing that he is cementing both the sort of second striker role and the double pivot, and he is a joy to watch. But honestly, Luca Dean, that's what he does a bit different to Ian Maatsen. Luca Dean is not afraid to get the ball out of his feet early and whip a cross in. And it was pinpoint, absolutely pinpoint for Youri. Ian Maatsen was slightly different if you watched the way he played that first half. He's more central. He likes to drive towards the goal. He likes to dribble and great technique. But Luca Dean's assist was the one for me that sort of propelled us on that 50 to sort of go in and try and do what we could. We have to talk about the goals we conceded before we talk about Watkins. Both really disappointing goals. Both mirror to sort of first and second half. Crosses coming in from that left-hand side. The first one, the man runs past Kamara. I think it's Trossard. The cross comes in. And we have to be critical of Ian Maatsen. He's fallen asleep at the back post. And Martinelli, unfortunately, wants it more and has a goal in which Emi Martinez nearly did his best to stop. But bottom line is, that goal was avoidable. And what really disappointed me is 10 minutes into the second half, we go and concede another goal, very similar, on that left-hand side. This time it's Matty Cash who lets the cross come in. He's got to get out to it. Mings and Konsa, again, in a little bit of no man's land. The ball comes in, and it's a tap-in. Both really frustrating goals. But Villa came from 2-0 down to go on and win and something out of this. I keep almost saying win this game because it does almost feel like a win. But I've got to remember we drew. Villa come from 2-0 down to take something from the Emirates. Ollie Watkins had chances, half chances in that first half. And a lot of people were going, let's get John Duran on. A lot of people were saying him, and this guy, Ollie Watkins, is costing us too many points. This guy isn't finishing enough. His finishing ability isn't great. I'd say Ollie had one really good chance in the first half where he tried to lob David Raya. He went with the sort of the laces as opposed to the instep of his foot and should have put it over Raya's head. But he didn't. He put it over the bar. That one for me was the golden chance for Ollie Watkins in that first half. But what I keep saying about this guy is Yes, people know how much Ollie Watkins does off the ball. Yes, people know how much he brings to the team in terms of stretching play, linking with others. And people always want to talk about his finishing. But another attribute I don't hear enough about of Ollie Watkins is his mentality. This guy will block out all the noise. This guy will talk about the fact that he knows that he will have more chances and he just needs to take the next one. And his chance and his goal today in that second half was so Ollie Watkins-esque. Credit to Matty Cash again, starting to grow again in a Villa shirt for me, starting to give a few more consistent performances, maybe a player that doesn't get recognised enough because, let's be real here, Matty Cash comes under a lot of criticism when he's poor. When he plays well, maybe doesn't get the praises. But Cash, to chop in on his left foot, the ball from Cashy was delightful, on the money, and the technique from Ollie Watkins to literally take that on the volley at quite a big pace. It was close to him. He had to readjust his body. It hit the crossbar and goes in. And I must say, the limbs in that away end looked extraordinary. And what Villa fans deserved and what Villa fans needed to see a Villa team with fight and resolute. Because I'm not going to lie, when we were 2-0 down in 55 minutes, I thought this could get ugly. We've seen our team away from home bottle it. We've seen our team away from home take some thumpings. Look at Spurs, the 4-1. We have absolutely sometimes this season away from home just embarrassed ourselves. That wasn't to be today. Arsenal, for me, so many problems. They are officially Saka FC. It's becoming really apparent. They also clearly miss William Saliba. They clearly miss what he brings to that side. And I just think Arsenal's midfield is very mid. And Villa powered through that a few times. Villa had to adjust today with Onana going off and Bogard coming on, who'd done well. Again, I was a little bit sceptical about him coming on, and he did the role well. But for me, the power of Yuri Tillemans, the drive of Morgan Rogers, the tenacity of Ollie Watkins summed up this Villa team today. So what does that leave us? Well, it leaves us like this with the table. For Aston Villa, we are 7th. We've turned around the form. No loss in 4. Our last loss was that Newcastle one on Boxing Day, which was a horrible game. We stay on the same goal difference, unfortunately. But perspective is this. 1 point behind Bournemouth in 6th. 2 points behind Newcastle in 4th. Chelsea play Monday. Who knows what Wolves could do there? And we know that Man City probably could leapfrog us. But we're in connection with Newcastle, with Chelsea, with Bournemouth and City. We're still there. We're still there or thereabouts for a top 4 race. And performances like today scream to me that Villa could do this, that Villa could be a top 4 side, that Villa could find their way into it. As for Arsenal, as I said, they've now got to look over their shoulder. If it wasn't for their fantastic goal difference of Forest closing the gap on them, who play Southampton, by the way. Arsenal chasing Liverpool, it's just done, isn't it? If Liverpool win their game in hand, they're 9 points clear. It's the game over. Title race could be done in mid-January. Who would have thought? But as for Villa, I'm really happy with what we're showing. I'm really happy that we're staying connected with that top 4. We're not losing these games. And I do think our fixture list is very, very favourable moving forward. So there we go. Villa fans, I think is a great, great performance day on a Saturday night on the Sky cameras to show what we're about. We've sunken Lego head to his knees. We've sunken Arsenal's title race. And we've propelled ourselves again within touch of top 4. What better way with an Ollie Watkins open goal play? Things you love to see on a Saturday night. Make sure you leave a comment, your thoughts on the game, whether you agree with the points I've made, whether you picked up something else, whether you want to comment on something completely different, please do get in the comments. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe to the channel as well. We're on the road now to 14.1k. Your support on that would be absolutely amazing. Villa fans, I'll raise a glass to you. A little bit of claret juice. And whatever you drink tonight, enjoy it. Because up the bloody Villa. I'm out of here. See you all later. See you very soon. Ta-da.